All right, definitely every day is not for banter, okay? But I think I have two very important questions I want to ask. Number one is, are we truly ready for what is coming? Like deeply within us, if we search ourselves, are we ready for what is coming? Number two is, what are organizations or perhaps even the government doing in order to prevent the possible catastrophe that might want to befall human because of this AI? Let's look at where we're even coming from. Now, contrary to popular opinion where a lot of people think AI started around 2017, 2019, or 2021, depending on who you ask. It is actually not like that. AI started around 1950, and at around 1955 or 1956, the term artificial intelligence was coined. Now, when it was coined, it was explained to people. A lot of people loved it, adopted it, and of course, hopes went high, and people expected AI to do magic, but it doesn't work like that. You see, it doesn't work like that because obviously AI, like we all know, AI work with a very large volume. They train with a very large volume of data. And as at that time, these data were not available. I mean, we don't have Facebook, we don't have Instagram, we don't have, I don't think we don't have YouTube, we don't have, there's a lot of places where we could get data that we don't even have. And these data were not available. So if data is not available, there is nothing they're going to use to train the AI as at then. Then I think another problem was that the computing power that we have then was just very, very low. I mean, think about it 1950s, 1960s, 80s, the computing power was very, very low. So even if we have the data, um, it will still not be possible because, I mean, we don't have like much computing power to be able to handle it. Now, I think lastly is the fact that algorithm, just like the crazy, crazy algorithms that we have now, for example, the deep learning algorithms and all of them, were not present as at then. I mean, because I mean, this is just like a new concept that was found and is still being tried. All right. So all of those things were not present. So all those things made it um, difficult for AI to be able to live up to people's expectation as at that time. And of course, you know what happens to human. Once the expectation is high, you're unable to meet it, it's definitely going to come down. And so the expectation came down, investors begin to take out their money from different AI startups that they have put. And I think that period was sort of like called the AI winter, which is again definitely fine. Fast forward to 2010. If you ask me, I would say this is a break even point for AI because at this point we now have sophisticated model, we now have sophisticated algorithm, we now have more data on the internet when you compare them with that of 1960. We now have crazy computing system that is actually able to handle some of these large data and all whatnot. And of course, what is advancement without results, right? So, of course, during that 2010 as well, we begin to see some of the small, small applications that we can use this AI in our daily life. Though it was not that so conspicuous that people could see, but of course, they have started applying it in the softwares that we use and all whatnot. Now, one thing is, as the day goes by, this technological advancement keeps getting better. And until 2019, 2020, 2023, we begin to see very huge application of AI like to our face, in our face. Example is the chat GPT, the Claude, the whatever, like name them, all the generative AI was now in our face. And people begin to ask, of course, the obvious question. Whenever there is technology, what people want to know is how do I make this use of how do I make use of this technology to my greatest advantage? And people begin to ask questions like, what can AI do for me? And that's because they understand that AI can do magic, right? So everybody wants to really maximize the use. And fast forward to 2025, the question changed. And the question changed because people now understand that AI is no longer theoretical. They could see that, I mean, AI is practical and it is here to stay. But the problem revolving around that side now is no longer what can AI do for me or for us as human, but what is AI doing to us? Now, the reason a lot of people is asking this question is because this particular AI, not particular AI, but I mean this AI, when you're using it, you discover that sometimes it makes humans not to be as much creative as they would be. Of course, I mean a lot of people can argue this to be a different thing, but the reason a lot of people are saying this is because it takes away your creativity when you tend to overly depend on it. I mean, and that's one negative advantage that it has. The second one now is for jobs that a lot of people would literally be doing in the past. So because you now have AI as an agent, you can just you yourself and the AI can just quickly flesh out the work in hours. And of course, it has caught a lot of people or placed a lot of people out of job. And honestly, I want to say that AI is doing a lot for us already, and AI will still do a lot to us, if not directly, then indirectly. A popular example is this question everybody has been asking: will AI take my job? I don't know what your answer is, and of course, we are totally different. But I'm beginning to believe that AI would definitely take our job for very strong reasons that I might be able to just talk about in some video next to come. But I know a lot of you will say, "Well, AI will not take my job. AI will take the job of those that does not know how to use AI." Think about it. It won't take your job, but it's going to take the job of those that doesn't know how to use AI. Now, those people are human beings too. When it takes their job, they are definitely going to learn how to use AI. When everybody learn how to use AI for job that only one person will do, everybody have the skills. Who will be employed? There's a school of thought by some of the founders of this frontier model where they keep predicting the fact that they are not certain of what the future of job holds. But if they are to predict, they will predict that there will be fewer and fewer jobs in the future. But again, they keep building what they're building because there's really no regulation regulating different companies from what they build. And if one person decides to say, okay, because of the love of humanity, I'm going to slow down, the question will be, will the other person slow down? And even if a particular country decides to say, okay, hey, I want you guys to slow down in this AI race and all of these things so that we can begin to, think human first, will the second country or another country that is looking for world power, will they also put the same regulation? And even if they announce it in the media, does it really mean that they are doing it? Are they really slowing down? Hence, the reason I'm still asking this question: are we truly ready for what is coming? And what are the organization or government doing about this so that we are not cooked in the end? Thank you.